Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to build an automatic creeper farm for your Minecraft world. This design uses snow golems to lure the creepers over into our drop chamber, which will give us our gunpowder. Before we get into the tutorial, these are some of the resources that you'll be required to use to build this creeper farm. Before I get into building this farm, I highly recommend building this in any type of deep ocean. This will work on land as well, however the rates may drop due to the caves underneath. To kickstart this tutorial off, we're going to open up our F3 menu and double check that we are in a deep ocean. As you can see here on the left hand side of the screen it says Biome, Minecraft, Deep Ocean. So we want to build our farm right here. We now want to grab our building blocks and pillar up until we get to the surface of the ocean. We now want to come one block to the left and the right and then extend it out a total of 4 blocks so you have a 3x4 platform. We can now grab our chests and place double chests all in a line along this row right here. Now coming behind the double chest, we're going to place hoppers facing into those chests. We can now grab our double chests again and place them on top of the other chests and the other hoppers. With your remaining 9 hoppers now, we're going to create a 3x3 platform behind the chests, and this is where our creepers are going to drop. Grabbing your building blocks again, we're going to pillar up a total of 2 blocks with some temporary blocks, and then we're going to create a perimeter around the hoppers, so it will become a 5x5. We now want to remove these 2 temporary blocks right here, and we're going to grab our deep slate bricks again and we're going to build this out a further 2 blocks on all 4 sides, leaving our corners. Your platform should look something like this. Our next step will involve building a 1 high wall perimeter around this platform. So what we're going to do is place a temporary block right here and then build out a further 1 block, and then we can trace this all the way around our perimeter. We can now remove this temporary block right here, and then on the corners of all 4 sides we can remove that block as well. Our next step involves our fence gate, so we're going to place a temporary block right here followed up by a fence gate right there. We can now create a perimeter of fence gates all the way around our 3x3 platform, leaving 1 block in the middle vacant. We can now open up all these gates and remove the temporary block. We're now going to place some water buckets. Before we do, we're going to build a little bit of a staircase down here so we can access the water from below. We can now jump up, and what we want to do is grab our water buckets, and in all 4 points we want to place water buckets right here. As you can see, our corner points all have water source blocks inside of them, and the water is flowing towards the middle. This is exactly what we want because when the creepers fall down, they will be pushed into our hole right there and burnt by the soul campfires. You can leave your staircase here if you want, however I'm going to remove mine as I won't need it. We now want to jump back on top, and we're going to make these walls a further 2 blocks taller. Now that our walls are 2 blocks taller, we're going to come into the middle with our full blocks. Once we reach this point right here, we can remove these 2 blocks and then create a perimeter around the hoppers, which will be a 5x5. Now that we've done that, we're going to grab our slabs and create a little bit of a U shape in the middle, leaving a 2x1 in the middle. We can now place our bed in that point. We now want to place fences all the way around, leaving this block here vacant. It's now time to put our snow golems in place. So what we're going to do is build up a total of 2 temporary blocks right there, and now we're going to place 2 snow blocks and a carved pumpkin. As you can see, the snow golem now drops into that 1x1 hole, so we want to repeat that process another 15 times, giving us a total of 16 snow golems. Now that we have our 16 snow golems in place, we're going to remove this temporary block right there and then create a 3x3 on top of the snow golems so they can't get hurt. These blocks will be temporary. We now want to place buttons all the way around our snow golems so no creepers can spawn on this. The next step will involve your trapdoors. We want to place 5 trapdoors on all 4 sides and then open them up. We now want to do the exact same thing for the opposite side. The spawn platform is now our next step. So we're going to come to all 4 sides in the middle block and then build out a further 11 blocks. Now that all 4 points have been extended out that further 11 blocks, we're going to come to one of our sides and build out a total of 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. We can now come to the inside and build in 1 block and then extend that by 3. We can now come inside 1 block again and then extend it by 2. We can now come inside 1 more time and extend that by 1. So now we should go 1, 2, 3 and then 4. We now want to come to the other side of that area and then build the exact same thing. So we're going to come across 4 blocks, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Come in 1 and then a further 3. Come in 1 and a further 2. Come in 1 and a further 1. We can now come in, out, and in until we meet it up. Here is a bird's eye view of what it should look like. So you should have at the very top 4 blocks and then 3 and then 2 and then 1. And then in between that you should have a further 2 1 block gaps. We now want to repeat that exact same process for the remaining 3 sides and then fill it all in. With our platform now filled in, we're going to work on a 2 block high wall perimeter around the farm. So we're going to place a temporary block right here, followed up by a building block and another building block. We can now remove that temporary block. We can now bring this all the way around the farm 2 blocks high. Congratulations, you now have a 2 block high wall perimeter around your creeper farm and you're another step forward to completing it. To get another step forward, we're going to grab our slabs and we're going to place them on all 4 sides on this block right here. Now that we have our slabs on those 4 points, we're going to skip 2 blocks and place another slab. We want to repeat this exact same process all the way along to the end of the platform. You want to continue to do this until your whole platform is complete. I think it's worth mentioning here as well that if you have spiders spawning in your farm once it's complete, it's probably because you've missed a slab here and there. So go and double check that. Your slabs are placed, which means that your platform is now complete. We want to put a roof on it next. So grab your trapdoors and start by placing trapdoors at this height right here. If you place trapdoors any higher than this block right here, you will have skeletons and zombies spawning. So make sure that your trapdoors are level with these 2 block high walls. Now, as I showed in the bird's eye view, you want to leave this area free. With our roof now complete, we're going to jump down to our collection area and start by placing our soul campfires on top of the hoppers. You want to hold shift at the exact same time, otherwise you'll open your hopper. Once we have placed all 9 soul campfires, we can now get out of this area. We now want to make our way to the roof and then jump on top of the 3x3 platform where the snow golems are. We can remove the center block and place a fence. To the left, we're going to build up a total of 2 blocks and then 1 across. We can now jump down and then we're going to place fences in the middle on all 4 sides. Where there is 2 blocks high, we're going to come to the opposite side and we're going to place a piston facing downwards. We can now place a block back and then make our way back on top. Now that you're back up top, you can place your lever and then flick it. This will lock the snow golems in place, and you can now remove these blocks right here and then fill in the center block. Now for the last time, I want you to grab your building blocks, and what we're going to do is wherever there's a trapdoor, we're going to place a building block on top of it. You want to light up your area as well so no hostile mobs can spawn. This farm is expandable, and all you have to do is simply just add more layers on top of each other. However, if you are not expanding and this is your only layer, you will want to do this next step. You will also want to do this next step as well on your last layer. So we want to remove every single block around the middle where there's not a trapdoor. We now want to grab our trapdoors and fill this in. Reminder, this is only if it's your last layer. If you're expanding, you need to leave this open, as this will be where your creepers will fall down. However, this is my last layer, so I'm filling it in. We can now place our building blocks back on top. With that now complete, we're going to come to the very center of the farm and build up a total of 115 blocks, which accounts to 64 plus 51. I'm going to use scaffolding, however you can use dirt and ladders. We can now climb all the way to the very top. Now that we are at the very top, I'm going to grab our glass and place one piece on top and then one piece to the left. We can remove this block right here and then create a perimeter around the scaffolding. We can now build up 2 blocks and then add one more on top, remove these 2 blocks here, and then create another 3x3 platform on top, which will protect us from phantoms. We are now ready to AFK. So that is how you build an automatic creeper farm in Minecraft. If you found this video useful, it would mean a lot to me if you could leave a like on the video, and if you want to see some more videos just like this one, be sure to subscribe. This farm design is owned by Mushoden, so be sure to go check out his channel by clicking the link in the description. So thank you so much for tuning into this video. A special thanks to my Patreons, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!